Hey, welcome back to SquareMax Customs. This week we got the OBS with the DURAMAX swap in it. Some of you might refer to it as a GMT400. So this truck's a 2000 K2500 and we put a 6.6 LB7 DURAMAX engine in it. I've already built solid motor mounts, but as all of you have reminded me, I'm getting older and I probably ain't gonna enjoy the vibration from the solid motor mounts. So we're gonna redo those motor mounts. Also, I wanted to lower the engine down a little bit. So we have a few reasons why we're redoing it, but we're gonna redo them. We're gonna use the factory motor mounts that came with the K2500, and we're just gonna build new mounts off of the engine to go to those. And then we'll have rubber mounts, and they're replaceable. I think they're like $40 for both of them, brand new. So if we ever blow one out, we can just go to any parts store and get one. So let's go, come on. What's up, buddy? Did you find the problem? It's down there? Huh. It was a little nippy this morning. It was below 30 last night here in Florida. I know you northern people are like, oh, wow, short weather. Well, you know, it was pant weather and, you know, sweater weather for me. Hey, look, got the plates cut out. What we're going to do is these are going to be the plates that bolt to the engine now. And then we'll build a little bracket that comes down and it'll go to our spot. So we'll be able to use our factory motor mounts from the 2000 K2500. And we're going to build mounts off of the LB7 engine to go to these mounts. That way we have the rubber. That way, you know, I don't vibrate to pieces while I'm driving this thing. So I used my Plaz cutter, which is just a cheapie. I think it's like $150 online. I'm not the best at it, to be honest with you. I probably should have cut it with a death wheel because they would have been a little bit straighter. And I still went through and ground them down a little bit to make them straight. Don't get me wrong, if you know what you're doing, you could probably cut way nicer with the Plaz cutter than I can with the death wheel, but I'm pretty good with a grinder. I'm not so good with the Plaz, hence why I pulled it out to play with. How are you gonna get better if you don't play with it? Okay, look, got these. This is the passenger side. I had to do a little notch here for, I believe, the block heater. I can't remember what this plug's for. Where is it? Right here. So we just notched it out. That way when we go to plug it in, we won't have to worry about it. And now, like I said, we're just going to build little wings down to there. And we'll probably tack everything on and pull it back off, weld it up nicely, and we'll have motor mounts with rubber bushings. Woohoo! Alright, so I got the motor mounts bolted to the frame and I got the plate bolted to the engine on both sides. I got the engine in the center and as low as I want it to go. So everything fit in there nicely. Now what I did is I came over and I just drew up some, I don't know, I drew up little things out of triangles. Or out of cardboard, my bad. Woo, can't talk. And it's gonna be easier for me to trim this with a pair of scissors until I get it to where I want it and the design I want it. And then we'll trace it over on a piece of metal, bring it in there and tack it. I'm not sure how well it's gonna work because my bolts for the engine mount plate almost line up to where this will be. So maybe we'll have to, you know, bend the metal just slightly to make it work, you know, give it a little kick like right here or something. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out together. So I'm gonna drink the rest of my freaking coffee because I love coffee. And I don't know, we'll get these pieces over there and start trimming them up until they fit in there how we like. And then we'll trace it on, boom, piece of metal and cut it out. Hey, don't be afraid to cut something up and redo it if you don't like the way it came out. It's custom, you know? We're piecing this thing together as we go. So, my square body, when I built my dash cluster for that, I think I built it like 4 times before I decided, yep, this is the one I like. So, hey, look, they came out pretty freaking good, huh? So I gotta clean up the edges a little bit with the grinder, and we gotta drill some holes, and then we'll bring them over here and we'll bolt them onto the motor mount that's on the frame, so we can tack weld them up to the freaking metal plate that we put on the engine. And then we'll take it all off and we'll bring it back over here and we'll weld it up pretty. We'll weld it up better. I'm not very much of a pretty welder. Hey, I think this thing is like $150. It's 110 power. I'm not the best at using a handheld plas. You know, I'm a shaky person, so. But here's what I found that helped. Find a straight edge, you know, something to hold your thing up against, and line your trigger up, and then and you pull it down, and boy, that gave me a much straighter edge. And then I took a washer. I don't know if this will help anybody in the future, but then I took a washer and we vice gripped it to it. That way I could run the trigger around that. And well, I mean, I think it came out pretty freaking good. Not too bad, huh? So I'm gonna get these ground up, cleaned up, and drilled up, and yeah, woohoo, fun. We're getting there, hey, right? Yeah. Well, we got them all in there. Now we just have to get the welder in there to tack them up. So that looks pretty good in there. I mean, they look nice. Like I said, we just gotta we gotta tack them up so we can take them back out, and then I'll weld them up better on the bench. So that looks way better than the first set we made. I had to give the metal a little bend there so it would miss the bolts that hold the engine mount in. But hey, I mean, we're getting it. That's pretty freaking cool if you ask me. So I guess it's time to get in there and freaking weld it up. I should probably pull the fenders and hood back off, but the hood's protecting the engine when this thing's out of the shop. And I had to put it on there for the visual, and I wanted to see if it cleared. So, hey, we're getting there, piece by piece. Gotta get back to work. SquareMaxMerch.com. If anybody's looking to get some SquareMax stickers or SquareMax shirts, we appreciate all the support. You guys order it up and the wife will print it and stamp it and bag it up and ship it out to you from our house to your house. Like I said, we appreciate all the support. Pretty crazy to think that people actually want to wear our logo. Thank you all for coming back every week and watching and commenting and sharing. Whew, that'll help this channel grow a lot. Just keep sharing away, fellers and fellettes, and the freaking government. Well, there you go. We got a pretty good looking set of engine mounts. So for anybody that's going to do the swap that wants to go from an OBS to a 6.6 DURAMAX, I think it took me like 4 hours maybe total. That's with painting them. I sprayed them with some hammered paint that I had laying around. It's supposed to leave like a hammered effect. I ain't the best welder in the world. I ain't that good of a welder at all, but that thing ain't going nowhere. We're good. So they look pretty freaking good. This would have been the factory mount. Look, we even notched it like they did. That way it has the little spot for the plug. I'm quite satisfied with them. They're gonna look good on there. And we're using the factory OBS the factory OBS engine mounts. So you can go to any parts store and pick them up. This is the engine side mount that we built. So now you can bolt it right into an OBS. Unbolt it and take it out. That's pretty satisfying. And like I said, don't be afraid to redo stuff. Look at this. That looked horrible. You know, those were our previous engine mounts that we just sort of threw together. You know, it took an extra hour to make these ones, an hour longer than it took to make those ones, and they look way better. That's cool. I am really satisfied with that. And it's going to have a rubber bushing in it, so we don't have to, I don't have to rattle my teeth out, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. I got to get these bolted in now. So that's sweet. That's the factory engine mount for 350 5.7. And these will bolt right to the thing. Awesome. So, driver's side, passenger side. Cool. I'm super excited. That's freaking awesome. That's gonna look way better, and the engine's down like an extra 1.5 to 2 inches, so we should clear the hood. We might have to do a little finagling here and there. To be honest, I think we're gonna go with a cowl hood. No, we're not. No, it's a budget build. Oh yeah, for anybody new to this build, this is a $5,000 budget build. And we are at, hold on, $2,506 in the whole thing. And I still have a frame and another cab to sell. Hey, I bought tires. Well, I bought a tractor for $300 and we did a will it run video on it. It ran, but the tranny was froze solid. And I traded that tractor for a set of rims and tires for the truck. They're not really my cup of tea, and the tires have a lot of tread, but they're really freaking dry rotted. But $300, I gotta add it to the budget. We'll throw them on here. Whoo, it's gonna make it look so much better with 37s. Woo-hoo-hoo, and a little bit of an offset. That's cool, I'm getting so excited. Look at that blue. Wish we did more of it blue. Heck yeah. I know visually it looks the same, except the engine is down further and more level. But boy, do I feel wildly accomplished. Check this out. The freaking hood clears. We got lots of room. You can't see it with the freaking hood insulation, but I can put my hand all up in there. So that's pretty freaking sweet. We're gonna call that a win-win. Heck yeah. The hood closes. Don't worry about the gap. We need the core support so it can hold it all together. But the engine sits down in there. The hood shuts. The engine mounts are actually pretty. And we got clearance. Everything's clearing. So that's cool so far. Ching ching, win-win. What? Would you just look at that? That looks way gooder. I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't digging the rims when I bought them and they were just sitting out there. Well, I traded the tractor for them. But I think they actually look good on the truck. They're definitely starting to grow on me. Like I said, they got lots of tread on them, but they're all dry and cracked. So, hey, they all hold there and it gives us a killer visual. We got to get some wheel spacers for the back because, you know, Chevys and probably other makes and models ran a different offset. So the back tires are actually in further than the front. And I don't really enjoy that. So a set of, you know, wheel spacers will fix that offset. We got motor mounts. We got different rims and tires on it. Oh, it looks good. I wasn't too fond of the fender flares either, but I don't know. I'm sort of feeling like with the undercoated bottom, the black fender flares, the rims with the black on it, it's sort of all flowing together, ain't it? Lazy Loki bum. Well, what's up, buddy? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. Yeah, that looks good. What do y'all think? She's coming along. Well, as always, appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for being a member. I got a few people that are a member. They give me an extra $1 a month to watch my videos early if I get them posted early. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting. Love y'all. See you next Friday.